What do you do on day 3?
At the risk of being repetitive, Jason, what do we do? I'm a Google Ads manager, but what do? I check search terms. I mean, I'm
Be
back to the
very
search
passive.
terms.
It would be very passive aggressive at the many cocktail parties you go to, Chris. If people ask you what you do, I know you're always kind of a little weird about that, but if you just start saying, I check search terms reports, I'm a search terms report checker,
Search,
and just
They'll be
leave it
like,
at that.
yeah. Oh, okay. They'll move on to the next person after that.
Yeah.
And that'll accomplish my goal. Leave me alone.
I
Yeah.
love the search terms report. We launched a new client about 2 months ago now, Chris. Big client, very big business, and like they're really wanting Google Ads to work well. The tracking has been a little tricky. There's a lot of things going on with their tracking, and it's been tough to get all that set up. But the peace of mind that I've been able to have is that when we look at our search terms report,
Yeah.
it is just so beautiful and so perfect, and it's people looking for exactly what they offer. We're 2 months into that account, but we're still living in the search term campaign. That's the first thing we do, and the last thing we do. So yeah, so that's where you are on day 3 as well. Check your search terms. Okay, you have the same 2 things there: add negative keywords, add keywords if needed.
Yeah, same process. Add negative keywords based on what you see in the search terms, and add new keywords based on risk and value. And then we get a new step.
Change your match types or modify your keywords. What do you mean? Change your match types. I get it. If you really like a phrase match keyword, it's coming in. What's one of your top volume ones, and you look at the search terms from that one, and you're like, oh, these are really good. Maybe instead of just changing it from phrase to exact, I would also like to add the exact match version. So I kind of like that idea. So changing match types, you already have your phrase match keywords. Maybe you could clarify on that, and maybe it could be more understood as adding exact match versions of keywords.
Right. Well, actually, I do mean change match types or modify keywords. What I mean by that is if you're seeing a whole lot of questionable activity and also very much volume coming from particular terms, this could be a sign that you need to go ahead and pull back on the volume of that keyword by changing the match type. Usually, this is one direction. Usually, this is from phrase to exact. Very rarely do I go from phrase to broad because I'm not happy with a keyword. I'm usually going to go
possibly
more.
If you did throw in some broad keywords, if you were willing to risk a little something on day 2, you could go from broad to phrase.
Yeah. I think so.
So change match types, modify keywords. So kind of tighten things up. If the keywords are making sense, you look at the keywords, you're like, those are searches I would want to show up on, but the search terms you're getting from those keywords aren't making sense. You can tighten things up with the match type.
If you're unhappy with individual, and by the way, when I talk about this, you highlight one individual keyword and look at those search terms just from that one keyword. And if you're unhappy with the quality of that one keyword, that would be an indicator for day 3. Okay, if you're getting a whole bunch of crap that you don't like, go tighter on the match type. Go from broad to phrase or phrase to exact.
And then modify the keywords. You've got a phrase match keyword, moving companies. You look at those search terms, you see a lot of competitors, you see a lot of moving checklist, just stuff that is not people searching for a moving company. Maybe you modify that phrase match keyword by putting the city name Dallas after moving companies, and it's moving companies Dallas phrase match. That's what you mean by modify in terms of tightening, adding another word to the keyword to tighten it up.
Jason, we've reached the point where we now have a hive mind. I was gonna say, yeah, if it says moving companies, just add the word Dallas. I was gonna say that. It's just beautiful. I'm so glad that we have this.